I'm here. All right. So let's start. Let's actually bring that book up right above your knees and bring your feet into parallel. So you're having to squeeze, use those inner thighs to hold that book in place. We'll just, as always, roll those shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. Make it a little bigger. Use the elbows, use the arms, and allow that body to move with this movement 2 more times. And then bring your fingers to your ribs, pull them down, and do that movement again, but this time don't pop the ribs up, right? So we're gonna hold those abs in, even though we're doing big backstroke arms, double backstroke arms. Our feet are lined up under our knees, which are under our hip bones, because we're holding on to this book. Keep those ribs in 2 more times, and then relax and bring that down. Shoulders drop out of your ears, back of the neck is nice and long, and let's bring that book down and step up on it with your right foot. Point your left toes, and we're going to bend the right knee to slide those toes forward and back. So working that right quad and that right glute. Arms, you can hold your hands in prayer pose. If you need some balance, you can be out here. You could lift them and open them. You can decide what you want to do. 2 more. Very nice. All right. Second direction, we're going to step to the side. As we step to the side, notice that your right hip might want to swing out to the right. Do your best to keep it straight back behind you. And again, arms, whatever you want, right? They might go to the side. They might go to the front. You can choose. You can alternate. You can do nothing. 2 more. Beautiful. And now that leg is going to go straight behind us. We're going to reach, try and get the leg as straight as possible. We have a tendency to bend that back leg. So reach back and stand up. Now, you will be hinging forward a little bit at the hips to counteract that lunge backwards. And that's fine. Try not to drop forward, right? So you sit down into it. You just might happen to hinge a little bit. And we're keeping our weight on that right leg. And because we can hinge a little, we may be able to go back a little farther. 2 more. Good. Last one like that. And now we're going to do our curtsies here, but a small range of motion since we're up on that book. And again, you can choose what you want to do with the arms or not at all. By this time, that right hip, outer hip, glute, quad should be feeling this. 2 more. Good. And now we're just going to hang that left leg in space. We're going to bend the right knee just enough so the left foot taps down, and then we lift and lift and lift. And I'm going to try not to put much weight on that left leg, just right knee bending and straightening, bending and straightening. I feel like Liesel, Maria von Trapp. 4, 3, ouch, 2, and 1. Step off with that right leg, bring it across the left, and let's go up and over to your left. Get that stretch down that side. You might rotate a little, open to the back, and then come back over. And we're up on the book with that left leg. Left knee is going to bend as the right toes slide forward and back, forward and back. Good, keep that going. 2 more. Good, and now we're off to the side. And again, we're being a little conscientious of making sure that we don't shoot that left hip off to the left too much. Whatever you want with your hands and your arms. Beautiful. All right. Right leg goes behind us as we reach back, bend into that left leg. Not putting too much weight on that back leg. I'm putting a little bit on there so I can go a little bit deeper, get those quads of that left leg. If you wanted more challenge, your arms would go up, but up to you. Keep that going. Technical difficulties here. I'm falling off the book. 2 more. All right, and now our little curtsy. So we let that right leg cross behind. Two more. Very nice. Left leg crosses the right, and we're up and over to the right. Let that hip go in the opposite direction. And then all the way around. All right, a little bit of calf work. It may be helpful to be in a place where you can hold on to something lightly. And we're going to go up on that book with the ball and part of the arch of the right foot. Left foot, sorry, whichever. You're going to drop the heel below the book level and then rise to book level. So our heel goes below and then even with the book. Just 2 more like that. Good. And then we go over the book and back to that level. Over the book and back to that level. Over and level, over and level. One more time, over and level. And now we're going to go all the way down and all the way up. All the way down and up and down, down and up. And then we're going to stretch it out by putting that outside the leg you did not work down and let your heel drop where you just worked it. Someone's been up on the mantelpiece redecorating for me. Good. Bend that knee a little bit to take that stretch deeper, and then we'll step off and we'll do the same with whichever foot you didn't work, whichever calf you didn't work. So rise up, and then as you are ready, heel drops below the book level and then comes even with it. Below and even, below and even. Good. And now we go above and even, up and even. Up and even, one more up and even, and then we're going all the way down and all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Two more. Woo. And then we'll stretch that calf out by dropping that heel down with the other foot ahead, and then a little bend. Goodness gracious, and shake that out. All right, let's come on down to the ground with our books, please. And we're going to start lying down, and we're going to put that book underneath our head. And as you do that, try and make sure that the book is toward the top of your skull, not way down at your neck. Fingertips slide into the book and elbows stay wide. Deep breath in, exhale, pull those ribs down. A little bit of gap under your low back, so you're in neutral spine. Deep breath in. On the exhale, using your abs, not your arms, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Elbows are still nice and wide, so check that they didn't come into your peripheral vision. Hold here, and then exhale back down. Deep breath in. Exhale to lift, inhale to hold, and exhale down. 2 more like that. Exhale, lift, inhale, hold, exhale down. Last time. Exhale, lift, inhale, hold, exhale down. Adding on if you want. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach the arms overhead, long lever with a weight on the end of it, and then exhale down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift, inhale, long lever with the weight, and exhale down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach. Exhale, come down, elbows stay wide. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale down. Final challenge, if you want, you're not supporting your head at all. Deep breath in, exhale, lift, inhale, arms reach overhead, exhale, back down. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale, down. Again, exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale, down. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale, down. Last time, exhale, lift, inhale, reach. Let's hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Book behind your head, legs in tabletop, and then book on your shins just for a little extra weight as you pump for the 100. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. 2 more, inhale, and exhale. Last time, inhale, exhale. Bring those knees in with the book on top. Let your neck rest for just a second. All right, and then right back with that book on your shins. Deep breath in, exhale to float off the ground. Grab your book, inhale, arms reach overhead, legs reach the opposite way. Exhale, tap the book to your shins. Inhale, reach, exhale, tap. Inhale, reach, exhale, tap. Double leg stretch option. Instead of tapping your shin, you hand the book off to your shins and you extend. Then you grab it, and then the arms have the weight. And you tuck it between your shins, and the lower body has the weight. If this is a lot on your neck, we've been up for a few of the exercises, head can be down, right? We're getting that same reach with the arms and the legs, and the control is pulling those ribs down and in. 2 more. Beautiful. Hug those knees in, book on top of the shins, and then we're going to bring the book behind the right thigh, and we're going to push the right thigh right into tabletop. So knee over hip, shin parallel, left leg up in the air. Deep breath in. On the exhale, bring yourself up really, really high, because I'm using my arms to help lift, but I'm not pulling my knee in, right? I'm lifting myself to my leg. Reach through those left toes. Hold here. Good morning. Everybody's been waiting for you. And then we inhale back down. We'll do the same on the left side. Look behind the left thigh, right toes reach, and we lift up and we pull. We're gonna hold here. We'll turn this into our single leg pull in just a second. And then we inhale back to center, and here we go. Exhale to reach, inhale to switch, exhale to reach, inhale to switch, exhale, reach, and switch. Now, if you wanted more challenge, you guys can keep going with this. You can do the press instead. So I push the book against the thigh. You guys have all done this with me before. So that's your other option. You can pull or you can push. Single leg pull or single leg stretch. Last 2. See how high you can bring yourself. And relax. Woo. Pull those ribs and abs in. We're going to bring that book behind, or excuse me, between the knees and the shins. Just find where you can do it securely. Arms out. Head gets to rest on this one. Ribs down, toe touch. Deep breath in. Exhale, staple that belly button to your spine. Inhale, legs move away with that weight. And exhale to bring them back up. And inhale to move them away. And exhale back up. So we're opening up the angle at our hips. We exhale with control back up. If the weight is too much, you don't need it there, but you could instead put it on your ribs and give yourself that feedback to know that you're keeping your abs in and your ribs flat. Good, just a couple more here. And relax. All right, we're going to bring that book. This will be a little bit awkward, a little bit over to your left hip, right? So not centered at your hips, but a little to the left. Left hand is going to push down on the book, right hand on the floor, legs parallel, ankles, knees, and hip bones in that straight line. And then we lift up into the bridge, and then we're gonna bring that right arm up over our head, and we're gonna lift that right leg straight up in the air. Notice if your left hip dropped, even it up, and that book is a little more weighted on the left side, and we're gonna tap down and lift up, tap down and lift up. Now, leg straight above you will be a little more comfortable. Leg touching your left knee will be a little less comfortable. If this arm being overhead is bugging you, you could be down by your side, and if you need it down on the ground, that's fine too. And relax, knee down, foot down, hips down. And we're bringing that book over to the right hip. All right. Left hand out to the side for support to start with, legs in parallel, deep breath in, exhale, lift. Then arm up and overhead if that's okay with you, left leg up in the air. That lift and lower will be a little easier this way, a little more challenging if the left knee is touching the right. And we're using that right glute to lift and squeeze. Arm overhead, ribs pulled in, or arm above you, or by your side, or even down, it's okay. And relax, knee, foot, arm, hips down. This time we're going to bring that book behind our knees and bring that in to get a nice low back stretch, and then move those knees away. We're going to pump that a couple times, exhaling in, inhaling away, and then turn it into a circular movement and reverse your circle each time, please. Good. Legs straight up. Bring that that book behind your right leg. Toes are pointing for scissors. We're going to bring that right knee in on an exhale, and switch left leg, and switch. Again, emphasize the leg that's coming toward you more than the one that's moving away. And relax. Bring that book onto your shins, roll your shoulders out of your ears, and we're going to roll like a ball. Exhaling to roll and inhaling to pause at the top. Good. Last time, hold it here. Find your balance. See if you can lift the book with your shins. That's extra weight out in front of you. If that's too much and you collapse, then you can take it away. Otherwise here, and then just see if you can lift, and then grab that book, and we get to sit on it this time. Hey, babe. Glad to see you again. Lift up, sit up tall on that book. Pull your glutes out from under you. Remember, when you have the book under your hips, it allows us to get a better hinge. So you may be able to go deeper in that spine stretch or legs slightly straighter, so long as you're not dropping into your hips. So lift tall, knees bent if you need them. Hinge forward, long spine. Think about sending that tailbone out behind you, and then reach forward. Maybe you're grabbing hold of something. Maybe you're reaching ahead. You choose whether or not you're going to straighten those legs. And then we'll sit up nice and tall, and we're just going to slide off that book. We're going to start with it between our knees for a roll down and then a roll down variation. So just secure it wherever. Hinge back, inhale, hold, and up. So I'm having to really squeeze my thighs, for me, especially because this book is kind of slippery. I'm wearing those slippery pants again, just different ones. If you want more, as always, you can open your arms as you go back. Just be sure you lower them before you come back up. You can bring them into that V for that extra challenge. You can bring them overhead in that I. Totally up to you which one you want to choose. And then come up now that you have those. You are welcome to stick with that option, but we're going to add a rotation, just rotation. And then we're going to put those two together. So you might choose. So we're going to start that rotation with the book here, right, between your legs so that your knees are staying stable. Then if you want to, you can bring the book either one head at a time as you rotate, so it brings you, or you can use both arms, but you'll notice that that makes your a little more challenging. Your range of motion might get a little smaller. So you choose between those two. Or, as I said, keep the book between your knees to keep yourself honest. And then come up and take a break. And now we're going to put those two things together. So let's start it with the book here, right? So we have that. Hinge back, rotate, hinge, lift. Exhale, hinge, inhale, rotate, exhale, center, inhale, lift. Exhale to move, inhale to rotate, exhale to come back. Woo, and open, back, up, back, open, right? And then if you want, you can hinge back, open to one side with the book, come up and back. And again, other side, totally up to you whether you add this book or not, or keep it between your knees, or put it on the ground and say, never mind. And relax. Okay. Let's do some hip lifts, which we have not done for a while, to be a complement to that. So legs straight above you, no book, shoulders back and down, nod your head yes. Deep breath in, exhale, staple that belly button. Inhale, toes reach for the sky, pause for a moment, and exhale down. Reach and pause, exhale down. Reach and pause, exhale down. Keep that going. You can try bending your elbows. You could try straightening your arms, which means the pause might go away, but you really have to use those abs a little more. But you're trying not to just make this a roll, right? Two more. And then speaking of rolling, go ahead and roll over onto your side facing me. Stack your knees and your hips and your ankles. Put the book on your top leg, but first lift that waistline. Make sure that waistline is off the ground. Your arm is on your ear, and then we put that book up on the leg, and we just hold our hand there to keep it in place. And again, right angles at your hips, your knees, even your ankles. And then we lift that top leg as a unit. So ankle and knee are coming up at the same time. Then we're going to keep the feet together and rotate the top leg open. So our clam with some variations here. And then we're going to keep the knees low, lift the legs in the air, and again, open that same clam. Beautiful. And then finally, we're going to straighten out the legs, long straight line in the body, waistline is still lifted, and that top leg lifts in a straight line and comes down. Now hold it at hip level, bring it forward and back without whoop, whoop in the rest of your body. So stability here. And then, yeah, we're putting those two things together, it becomes a circle. We come forward, we come up, we come back, we come down. Forward, up, back, and down. Now your body's going to want to, do this. So you hold that stability, and now that you have that stability, let's reverse it. If you wanted to make your life more miserable, you straighten the bottom leg as much as possible and imagine lifting the knee up, but letting the foot stay down. And relax and bend that top knee. Give it a little love. With that top knee bent, slide that bottom knee underneath it. So top leg is in front, crisscrossed at the ankles. And we have a decent amount of bend here, and you may want to double up your mat for elbow support. And then that book comes on this top hip. And again, you're going to be holding it in place for side bends. So as we lift up, it's like our curtsy, our legs come apart, then we straighten those legs and we curtsy and straighten and curtsy and straighten with that book, pressing down. And all the way down. Okay. I will do my best to remember all of that on the other side, but first, we're going on to our abs for a couple of extensions, well, one extension, then we'll do the other side. So remember which side was up. All right. So we're lying down on the mat, arms out in front of you and they're resting on your book. And you want to have some floor space here. Legs, lift them and stretch them. And then toenails press down and kneecaps lift. Deep breath in. Exhale to press down on the book. Inhale, roll your shoulder blades together to lift yourself a little higher. But the arch is here between your shoulders, not so much in your low back. Hold and exhale down. Deep breath in. Exhale to press down. Inhale to squeeze back and hold at the top. You might even drop your elbows in and think about rotating them inward to get a little more squeeze in those shoulder blades and down. Deep breath in. Are your kneecaps lifted? Mine were drooping. Exhale to lift. Inhale to squeeze. Hold at the top and exhale down. Again, press, squeeze, hold, knees lifted and down. Two more. Last time, lift, squeeze, and relax. All right, guess what? On the other side, and we're going to start with those side bends. So, elbow underneath you, make sure you're on the opposite side. Book on your top leg, crisscrossed at the ankle, roll your shoulders out of your ears, lift up side bend, knees separate as you come down. And you just hover. And relax down, keep the book where it is. Straighten out your legs. Yep, starting backwards to just make my life even more challenging. All right, so we start with those circles. Waistline lifted. Reverse your circle. Good. And now leg comes up and down. And then we go forward and back. Bend your knees, stack your hips, and we won't go backwards on this. Yeah, we will. Legs up, pivot open. Good. And now regular clam with the heels down. And now legs stay straight, so we keep the shin perpendicular, parallel to the ground, knee and ankle lifting at the same time. And relax. Ooh, that should feel pretty good. Give that hip a little love. And we're back over onto our abs again, but this time you're going to put that book on your sacrum. Just for a moment. Stretch your arms long by your sides. And remember that move that we just did a second ago where we squeezed our shoulder blades together? Do that to lift your arms, slide them underneath your book. And palms are towards the ceiling, by the way. And then slide your hands down your legs, lift your kneecaps, but keep your toes on the ground. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Think lengthen your spine, not just arching, but lengthening, and then come down. Deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze, lift, reach, maybe lift the arms a little, and down. Deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze, lift, reach, and down again. And reach and squeeze, and down. And reach and squeeze, and down. 2 more times. Reach, squeeze, lift, and down. Last time. And hold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's press back, resting position. So that book is going to rest, if you'd like, on your heels, so you have a little extra space to sit back. All right, and as we come forward, we're going to try a little challenge here. We're going to come into our cat reindeer, right? So you're going to round into your cat, and then open into your reindeer, whether it's Rudolph or actual reindeer, right? And then cat and reindeer, and then find neutral. So abs in and ribs in. Tailbone is parallel with the ground, not tucked under, not necessarily tipped up. And then see, and again, this you know, depends on your book and your everything else. See if you can set that book on your sacrum. Try not to put it on your low back, because that will be not very comfortable. It's not very comfortable. That's what Rudolph said when they put the fake nose on him. All right, so you should have neutral spine, and you should feel a little tentative about this book. Let's try stretching your left leg out on the ground, tucking your toes, and then keeping those ribs in. Could you lift that left leg? Option to stay there or lift the right arm at the same time. Bird dog. Option to tap and lift leg and arm, only if you want to. Whoops. 2 more and bring it down. Take your book off for a second, round and extend, and then find your neutral again. Put that book back up there. Again, on the tailbone, not so much your low back. And then as you're ready, see if you can stretch your right leg out and lift it, adding your left arm if you want, and then tap and lift if you want. And come down. All right, from this same position now, we're going to tuck the book this time behind your left leg, if it works for you. I don't know if my pants and my book are too slippery with each other, but then you're going to bring that, see how close I'm trying to bring my left heel to my left hip. Everything else is in that nice boxy shape. And then I'm going to lift that left leg off the ground. I'm going to try to get it parallel to the ground. And then you may want to flex your foot, and you're just going to press up and press up. Now you have the option to do the same with the right arm, hold it out or lift and lower it, or maybe do spider fingers if you need more stability. And gently bring that down. Bring that book behind your right leg, tuck, and then we lift. We're just going to hold it there, or you can press up. You can extend that left arm if you want, or tent those fingers, or lift and lower. And relax. All right. We're just, once again, going to sit back in that resting position, but this time we're going to let the arms travel to the right and the hips to the left. And you might even crawl your left fingertips up over your right wrist for a deeper stretch. And then come back through center. Hips go right, hands go left, right hand over left if you'd like. And then back to center, round and extend, and we're back over onto our spine. We're going to hug those knees in for a quick break here. We'll rock side to side. And then earlier we did toe touches with the book here. We're going to take the option to do double leg lower. But you want to make sure that book is where it can be secure. So of course I have a longer lever. If it's closer to your feet, that's going to be even more challenging. Ribs down, arms out, nod your head yes. Inhale to reach and exhale to lift. So you inhale, legs move away. You exhale to lift them up. Ribs, trying to keep them down. You may have to keep a smaller range of motion than usual since you have that heavy book. Again, you can play with where that book is. And then book down, or grab your book, feet apart, wider than your mat. Put the book over to the right. Let your left knee drop in and your right leg drop open till it rests on the book. And then let that left leg really drop in, getting a nice stretch on the front of that hip flexor and quad. Come back through center, move the book over to the left, let the left leg drop left, right knee drops in. And then back through center, but this time, put your book down in the middle here. Let your left leg drop in till it touches the book, and let your right knee drop in towards it, not out to the side. Just a different stretch. I don't care that your upper body might be, piking up, but if you tuck your ribs and your hips closer together, you'll feel it even more. And then left leg lifts, right knee is going to drop down, hovering on or above that book, and then the left knee crosses over. And as always, one of those places where things might feel a little different on each side. Good. All right, just leave the book where it is, roll yourself up, and we're going to sit on that book with our left glute. Left knee right in front of you, and bring that right leg behind you. But the right glute, you really want it dropped off the book. If I'm sitting too square, I'll be rounded over to this side. So I really want to let the right glute be off the book. Left arm in front, right arm off to the side for our pretzel. We're going to lift and lower that leg. And I know you might be tipped that way. That's okay. Last two. Last one, leave it up, push it back. Good. And now lift it up and push it back. Lift it up and push it back. Lift it up and push it back. One more time. Lift and push. We're in a circle. 2, 3, and 4. Reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leave your left leg where it is. Bring your right leg in front. Let it walk a little bit across and give it a little tug across, but don't lift your right hip up. Press your right hip down. And then let's switch it up. So your right glute is going to be on the book and your left glute hanging in space. So you feel a little bit as if you might tip off that book. Right arm in front, left arm off to the side. Leg lifts and lifts. Good, and we push back. Good, we lift up and we push back and up and back, up and back, up and back, and we circle. And then reverse it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. Cross that leg over the opposite one, let the hip drop, pull it across gently, press the hip down. Very nice. All right, go ahead and slide off your book. We're going to stretch out those outer hips. We're going to start with the left foot on the ground and the right leg. We're going to press it open in that passive figure 4, actually a little active. We're going to reach around with the book behind that left hamstring and extend that left leg up. We're going to press out on that right leg. Take a little rock side to side. Pull the leg closer and press it away. Pull it closer and press it away. And now slide your right leg farther across so it practically squeezes your arm. Pull it in, woo, deeper stretch. And then bend the left knee. You can move the book out of the way, maybe slide it underneath your right arm. Let your legs drop to the left with your right foot landing and your left thigh. Press that right leg open. And then as you come back through center, just tuck the left leg underneath the right. Walk your heels back, lift your hips and slide them slightly to the right, and then drop both knees to the left, please. Come back through center, listen up, hug those knees all the way up and in and let them drop to the left again. So just 2 angles on that stretch. And then as we come back through center, we'll put the right foot on the ground, we'll scoot our hips back to center. We're going to cross the left leg, left ankle over the right, reach through, thread your needle, use the book, extend, pull the legs closer and away. Use your left elbow to press that left leg open. Good. And then slide your left leg across so your gap is even smaller. Pull that leg really close. And then bend the right knee, put it on the ground. Book under your left hand, drop your knees to the right so the left foot and the outside of the right thigh land. Come on back through center. As you do so, close that gap. Press up to lift your hips, move them slightly left, drop right. And then up and in, knees closer and drop right. And then as you come back through center, straighten both legs out, slide that right leg in, book behind the right knee, hug it in really close, get the knee pretty much touching the ribs and the thigh, and then flex. Press it up. And then finally slide the book up, point your toes, lift yourself high, and then flex and bring that closer. Nice deep stretch on that hamstring. Rotate the toe in, go slightly to the left. Bend that knee and slide it out. It should feel better. Left leg in, give it a nice hug, get that leg as close as possible, and then flip your book to keep that stretch. Slide it up, point your toes, lift up, flex your heel, come down, deep hamstring stretch. And bring that down. Arms up overhead, point your toes. When you're ready, curl it up or however you want to meet me on your hands and knees. I know Carol's going to make the reindeer sounds, and I don't expect all of you to unmute yet, but as the month goes on, yes, we will. Otherwise, you're going to cat, meow, and reindeer, and cat, meow, and reindeer. All right, and then we're going to press it up, high plank, press back down dog. Walk those heels out, maybe a wider stance. Toes turn in, toes turn out. Just play with that stretching in your foot. And then bend the knees a whole bunch. Hands on your thighs. Exhale, cat. Inhale, reindeer. Shoulders up out of your ears. Happy Saturday. All right, and then we'll answer a trivia question. Okay.
That was a good workout.